We're going to get started. So welcome to Tech Week. It's a little different than we've done in the past because we typically did everything in person, but with the way that we are going, we figured we would do both. So those of you that wanted to attend in person can, and those of you that wanted to attend in Zoom, you could, okay? I will do my best to try and keep it as engaging for both. But the week is laid out of a kind of like a basics of what we're going to be doing. Today is all about making sure we're adding contacts correctly, making sure we understand the referral network, both in command and outside of command. And then lastly, we're going to start smart plans today. We'll finish them tomorrow. But the reason why we're doing contacts first is because we're going to not only talk about how to do things and show you how to do things, but we're then going to request that you do it. And you'll see what I mean from that when we get to a smart plan, because I'll see those of you that actually did the smart plan correctly, because I will receive your communication. Because you're going to be adding me into your contacts to receive that information itself. Referrals,
can you hear
same
me?
aspect. We're going to make you request a referral network to gain bigger referrals. And we're going to see you do that so that not only I can tell you, but you can do it. Because I think that's where the misses have been in the past, where we've shown everyone how to do things. And then we kind of like, oh, great, we showed you today. Let's hopefully you apply it. And some of us did, some of us didn't. But today I want you not only show you, I want you to literally apply it so that you're learning and you're doing, okay? And the week is built out to literally build your business, okay? So today we're going to go all about contacts, smart plans, referrals. Tomorrow is going to be more dive into smart plans, campaigns, a little bit of designs. And we're going to build our business to Wednesday, which is how do I then transact my business? So we'll end with opportunities on Wednesday. And then Thursday is dedicated solely to DocuSign. So not only did I set myself up then in my whole command aspect because I have a deal that I'm ready to go, I know how to actually sign the deal and send the deal that I'm doing. That makes sense? Before we kind of were all over the place, Noel, if you remember when we did Tech Week last time, it was kind of all over. Now we're going to show you, all right, if you don't have business, let's start here, work your way through, because when you get to Thursday, you know how to sign your contracts, send your contracts out and everything like that, okay? My one request for those of you that are on Zoom, you probably don't see me because I'm going to be sharing my screen a lot. If you do have any questions or need me to repeat anything, Noel is going to be monitoring the chat for me, so feel free to chat in. He'll stop me and we'll respond to those questions. For those of you that are here, we're scheduled to 12:30, but I have made myself available till 1 o'clock. So if you have additional questions and you're here in the office and you want additional training on a specific task or a specific option, I'm here every day of this week, that extra half hour. And that could be crucial to someone of saying, all right, one-on-one time, let me see what I can pick your brain on and get this squared away. And I'll offer that every day this week, okay?
I'm here too.
And Noel is here too, if you don't hear that online. He is here with us. So this is my last hurrah as the tech driver, as Noel's officially taken on that role. So thank you, Noel. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. But, you know, we're looking for feedback. So if you attend this and you're like, hey, this was great, I need the next level of what Command can do, let us know so we can start applying that and getting it to where we need to be. All right? So without further ado, there's going to be a lot of questions that are raised. So Noel, if you can just monitor the chats here, because I'm going to start asking questions. What's the website we use for Command? Mm-hmm. What's the website for Command? I get you there, yeah. Or agent.k or agent.kw. There's lots of different ways that get you there. As long as you know where to go. If you have it saved as a favorite, the easiest one to use is agent.kw.com. There are other ones that you can use, but agent.kw.com is the main sign-in. Save it as a favorite, all right? That way you don't have to remember every time, all right? Just save it. So quick overview of what we're doing here. This is the home screen of Command, okay? I want to go over what's on here for you. I want to take you through what the different options are. Everyone's Command might look slightly different depending on how you have it set up. That is okay. All right, it depends how you want to set it up. You can customize it right here with the custom homepage. You can change this completely around with what you want to see at the top, what you want to see at the bottom. It's completely it's up to you, how you want to run your business, okay? On the left-hand side of the screen, we have our applets, okay? And if we click the little KW, it expands what those applets are. Today, we're gonna go over contacts, we're gonna go over referrals, and then we're gonna dive a little bit into smart plans, okay? So, for contacts, some of you may have contacts that you need to upload from an outside site or an outside source, okay? I wanna go over that first, all right? Because a lot of issues have been happening when people go and upload contacts. KW realized that because of how it's formatted when you actually upload your contacts. So if you're someone who has not uploaded your contacts yet and you have them on a spreadsheet somewhere, or you have on another applet or a different program that you use, it's pretty simple to follow. Just click the import button. If the internet wants to keep up. Come on. Did we pay the internet bill? There we go. All right. If you have contacts, 100 or more, or even 25 or more, it doesn't matter. I highly, highly, highly recommend downloading this pre-made CSV file first, okay? It's as simple as clicking import, clicking download, and this is the CSV file that is going to open when it's done. And this is how you're going to want to input your contacts. Oh goodness, there's nothing on this computer. Okay. Might not be able to show you as we don't have Word or anything on this.
Should be an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
So you can import them from an Excel spreadsheet and or a Word doc or any which way you have them.
You can only do it from.
Only from CSV.
So you have to first put them on an Excel spreadsheet.
Doesn't have to be.
Does not.
This is a CSV. It's Excel and Google Sheets formatted. Okay, and it's not opening just because I think it's the computer we're on. Oh come on! It will allow you to upload it, and what it does, you gotta be kidding me! Come on, I should have just hooked up my Apple. No, this is why I like my Apple products. This is why I like them.
So I want to ask you a question. So what my understanding of this has been, problems in the past back and forth, that if you download this form, anything you use from that should be copied and pasted onto this.
Correct, and it wants to be copied and pasted onto this because it's an Excel spreadsheet, which this computer does not want to open, which is fine. Gotta love technology when it wants to fight you. And I don't have time to download all the Word docs and everything right now. But it's gonna have it set up for you in the column format of how it's gonna pull the information. So it'll be first name, last name, exactly what she has behind us. It'll have their phone number, it'll have their email address, and you wanna put it in this format this way so that when you go to upload it, it transfers correctly into your contacts.
Okay, so what she has on her computer is an Excel spreadsheet she did on her own, or is it something
It's this.
that man?
It's this. When I click download, it's just not opening right now. When I click download, it's already made. It's pre-made for you. You have to put the contacts in there.
Okay, so when you're uploading something you already have saved, you're not uploading, you're having to recreate.
No, you don't just copy and paste the information. If you have in a separate Excel,
Yeah.
copy and paste the information into the correct columns that it's requiring you to do it. So copy their first and last name, put it in those columns. Copy their email, put it in that columns. Because if you upload your Excel spreadsheet, it will not transfer over correctly. And someone's first name might be someone's last name, and vice versa. Someone's phone number might be in their email address,
Right. And if
vice
you don't
versa.
have it in an Excel spreadsheet to begin with, and you just have it in label format or some other format.
Fill it in. Yep.
Just sit and go through it and put
Yep.
it into
Now-
this category. So correct me if I'm wrong, that's not just doing an add contact and not an import?
This is if you have a lot of them. So if you want to do it all a lot at once, you can do one by one if you want to. By all means, you
So
can
it's
do
the
that.
same thing, it's just doing it as multiples versus
Correct.
individuals.
Correct. And if you have a ton, we do have Scott Leroy that will help upload these contacts. But he's going to say, can you first make sure they're in the correct format? He'll just upload what you have. If they're not formatted, and I can't get the spreadsheet to open on this computer. I don't know why, it's just not set
It's
up.
fine, I just need to understand the concept. So import to me typically means I already have it saved in a document and I'm just importing my document into this.
Mhm.
But if I don't have it in a Excel document, or even if I do, you're saying import it manually onto the spreadsheet once you open it.
Correct, because if not, you're gonna be doing
Thank you.
triple work, because you're gonna have to fix it.
Right. So just import just means put a bunch of them at once.
Correct.
Where add new contacts, it's just
One at a
add
time.
Ron solely.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Let me ask
But
you,
if,
that makes
if
sense.
we, sorry, but if we don't have a lot, we can just put them in
I
manually,
download
correct?
contacts from my iPhone to spreadsheet.
Yes.
So, but that spreadsheet is not, man.
Friendly.
Man friendly. So I'll take those contacts and then copy and paste each category in.
So what I would do, like on a format, like I literally have done, is I've had my own spreadsheets or Word docs. I would,
For the intro.
yep, and I always had everything, branded. Hey, name. All right, I just copied that whole line down. Okay, I copied the whole name. Then I put it in this CSV file. Names, boom, all the names are there.
Mhm.
Then I get their phone numbers, same thing. I copy and then I paste it into this whole thing. I'm not there typing everything. I'm literally just copying and pasting.
So now if you go back to import, when you hit import,
You can't do anything on import on this one. It doesn't like me.
but you just put the
Right here.
file there.
Yep.
And then once you put it in there, it'll say upload.
Yep. And it literally, it's downloading as, I don't know why it's downloading as this.
Right, but what you're saying, just so I'm clear, even if you do that from an Excel spreadsheet, you're probably having to go through the whole thing anyway and redo it.
No.
You don't have to do the whole thing. You just copy and paste your columns.
Over.
Yeah, and to put them in this CSV file. That's it.
Right.
You don't
That
need
is
to
it.
redo it if you don't use their form. If you use your form and their form, then you're gonna be redoing a lot of things.
Okay.
Good?
You're not editing their form, you're using their columns the way it sits.
Exactly how this CSV file downloads, you keep it that way. Because you might have notes on that contact that you want to add with them. You want to make sure you follow it to the T.
There's spots where you can add notes, there is spots where you can add tags, all kinds of different information.
Okay. So I'm probably jumping ahead, but just, I'm gonna ask it. So once you get all this stuff in there, I understand the concept that you can mark it off of that list, correct?
You're jumping ahead.
Okay.
Slow your roll. That's what I'm going to say. All right.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do, though, so that we all understand how to add a contact, and you're going to use me as the guinea pig, we're going to go right through how to add the contact itself. Noel, can you chat in this information on the line for me so they see that? So to add a new contact is pretty simple, right? We click add contact. Okay. And then you're going to start filling out the information on the screen. If you've done this, great. I'm going to make you do it again. Okay. You can yell at me later. All right. But I want you to enter the information that you see on the whiteboard. Noel is going to type in the chat room the information I want you to add. You're going to be adding me as the contact because you're going to be adding me at the end of today on Smart Plan. So I can show you how simple it is to put us on a Smart Plan. Okay. So everything on the whiteboard, my first, last name, my phone number, my email address. You're going to use my office as my home address, and I'll explain why. And I think that's all you need right now. I don't want you to hit create until you have everything put in to make sure that you're good. Your
So we
phone
can mark you anything, correct, Ron?
for what?
Mark as leads and to, Do we just pick one? and-
Mark as lead, that's fine, it's a good question. So the question is, what do we mark us as? Mark as a lead, add to sales pipeline. For right now, just mark me as a lead. You just met me. Well, I don't care where you met me, but you met me somewhere, okay? Mark me as that lead. I'm gonna use Stephanie's information here.
So we're not tagging you then,
Tags are different. We're gonna talk about that in a minute.
so skip it.
Yep. I want you to keep scrolling so you can put all of the information I want you to put in, you can put in. I don't know Stephanie's email address top of my head. I'll look it up.
Ron, are we supposed to be putting Stephanie in or you in?
You should be able to type in all this information. If you're stuck and you can't figure out where to type it in, raise your hand or shout out my name in the office. It doesn't really matter. Good?
Ron,
Amy, you good?
Mhm.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Kimberly, you good? All right, and I'm hoping everyone online, let's see.
We should skip things around like your Facebook, et cetera, since you didn't.
For right now, yeah, I didn't provide that, so it doesn't matter. All right, so I just want to go over a few things on the screen here. All right. This computer, ew. All right, so we got the name, we got the email address. I'm not gonna, I'll just put my phone number in for right now, so save time. Why is it not? Officially do not like the training computer. All right, so primary address, I want you to put down with the address right here on the screen. You can add primary addresses, you can add their work addresses, you can add their, if it's a second home, you can add their second home addresses under additional information, okay? The reason you want the primary address, and we're gonna talk about that in the smart plan, is because you're gonna build smart plans around their primary address. It's pretty simple. When you think about it, oh, that kind of makes sense. Their home address, they might be looking to move up in the world of different home, different location around the primary, or they're looking somewhere completely different. No big deal. If you have their social profiles, by all means, add their social profile information. Not needed though, okay? You literally can put someone's first name, last name in here, email address, and that's it. Or first name, last name, phone number, and that's it. It's what as much information as you possibly can, you put in here that you have, okay? You can gain more information as we go along, okay? You can see in the About section, you can go to as detail as when their home anniversary is, when their birthday is, their legal name if they go by something else, or if they have a spouse. Where do I put a spouse? A lot of people always ask, well, they have a husband or wife. Where do I put them? Well, you can add them here, probably upstairs. You can add the relationship status here, okay? You can add it to them, their father, their mother, their wife, their daughter, whatever, okay? It gives you all these different options of what you can put here, all right? Keep in mind, when we go further, if you add a spouse here, you're still going to want to add that spouse as another contact because you want their own email address to do transactions from a DocuSign standpoint, okay? Everyone always asks, well, if I put the spouse in here, it should just show up as the one contact. Well, it does, but the system also is going to need them as a separate contact because they have their own separate information. They have their own birth date. They have their own cell phone number. They need their own email address and DocuSign because if you've done DocuSign or you've done those opportunities, you know that you can't have the same email address for more than one person. It flags it, okay? So you can add them here, completely up to you. You can add where they work. You can add, obviously, their work anniversary. You can add their home anniversary. You can add their anniversary. Whatever you can add, you add the information, okay?
So how do you get around if they share an email
That's a completely different thing that we're gonna go over in DocuSign on Thursday, so you need to come back if they share an email address.
Doesn't matter. You need to know.
Yep. There's ways of something to do it. However, but you can't send them out. You add whatever you want in contact, okay? I gave you the information I wanted you to add to the contacts. I want you to create the contact. Okay, so just press create if you haven't already done so. And I'm hoping you have more than one contact in here. Does anyone only have one? Is it me now? Okay. You have a few?
I have all of them on my phone.
Good. All right. So now I want you to find me in your contacts. You pulled me up and it looks like this?
Yes.
Perfect. If you're not at the screen, if you're on the online, I want you to find me. I'm using Steph. You're going to have my name. I want you to find me, and I want it to look just like this. Okay. You could do everything that you need from a contract standpoint right from the contact screen. You don't have to go into opportunities. You don't have to do any of that. You can do it all right here. I can add them to an opportunity. You can see I can just click on the word opportunities and add them. I can add them to a smart plan right here if I wanted to. I can add a task right here. It's the contact name, okay? Completely up to you what you want to do from here. What I want to focus on real fast is if you scroll down just a little bit to the neighborhoods. Does anyone have a neighborhood added for me yet? Should be blank.
They're all the same.
Blank.
Yep, good. Should be blank. Okay.
Says online unavailable. Okay.
It says neighborhood is unavailable.
Yes.
Okay. It says unavailable.
In the middle, orange in the middle.
Why does Steph's not? I broke the internet by my name. So you don't have the option that says add neighborhood.
Oh, I have option, but it also said neighborhood unavailable.
So your address is showing up as a neighborhood in the mail.
Right. Good. Good. That's what I wanted to say. Good.
Oh,
Okay. So if you added with the neighborhood from the office, I'm in a neighborhood from if you ever heard of the Nextdoor app, if you're not part of the Nextdoor app, you need to. Nextdoor is where we get our neighborhood information from in Command. Okay. So Nextdoor is because it's local hyperactive information that primary residents or residents of that area add information about that neighborhood. That's where we get the walkability score. That's where we get the neighborhood names. That's where we get all of this information from. There are some that don't have an available neighborhood, like the work address. You would think I would in Brigantine, but I don't. It's because it hasn't been claimed by anyone, okay? KWRI is aware of this, and they're fixing it. The first update that they did, if you've played around with this before, you could only add people to neighborhoods. Then they've added zip codes, okay? We couldn't add people to zip codes before. We couldn't find things in zip codes. That has been released to some through KW Labs, and we're gonna see if it's released today. Not sure, but we're gonna find out, okay?
So I have a quick question. In next door, you have certain neighborhoods, but zip code covered, even the neighborhoods that aren't covered, or does it cover everything?
We're gonna find out. We're just gonna find out. I don't know the answer. So I want you to click add neighborhood. Okay. Something like this should appear. Okay. And I want you to search, and because you put my work address, the zip there is 08203. So no.
It wants to know if we will allow it to be more. So if we do it now, is that a permanent thing?
No. It can be changed at any time.
We do allow it? or-
Yes.
Yeah.
So find that.
Hmm?
Okay, find that.
When you typed in 08203, did this pop up? We'll find out if yours is working like mine is. Yes? Okay. So you might be saying to yourself, I don't know the neighborhoods by looking at what's there, right? Because when I first looked at this and when I first put in a zip code, I didn't know what they meant by a specific neighborhood. I'm like, I don't know where that is. I have no clue. So to Amy, your point, click on Find Map. So this allows you to type in the zip code again and to zoom in. You can do it. Really, so did I. But if you type in Brigantine and press enter, it's supposed to zoom in. If it doesn't, I'll show you a different way of doing it.
So type in the name Brigantine as
Yep.
well.
And the first one that should come up is Brigantine Boulevard, does it not?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, when I click on Brigantine Boulevard, see on the map, see all these green things? And I know those of you that are on can't see me, but on the map, you can see how these green outlines are all over the place.
Mhm.
They're neighborhoods. Okay, they're the different neighborhoods that are set up currently through the Nextdoor app where we pull information. Okay, already pre-made, nothing we can do on our end to change it. Because there's been times where people says, well, how do I change this information for this contact? I don't call the neighborhood that. We don't have control over that. We can only control what we can control. If the neighborhood name is different than what you're used to calling it, but it fits the neighborhood, that's what I'm going to tell you to do. Select the neighborhood. Okay? You can't change the neighborhood name. You just can't. Okay? But I want you to zoom in. The further you zoom in, the more neighborhoods pop up, by the way, of where you're at. This internet is slow here today. So if you put in my work address and it said unavailable, this is why. See this big chunk in the middle of Brigantine, which is our A zone and our lighthouse circle?
Unclaimed.
It's unclaimed through Nextdoor. So there's workarounds to get that, just to get us to zip codes, because zip codes work easier for people. There have been requests to fix it. That's why it says unavailable. Okay? But because it says unavailable, we can start to use process of elimination, right? Well, if it's unavailable, maybe I should just add them to a neighborhood next to it. That's what I want you to do. I want you to think of, instead of my work address, it's their home address. Or, so put it this way. I did an open house at 3119 Atlantic Brigantine Boulevard. Okay? That's where my open house was. Unfortunately, it's not available to claim, but there's neighborhoods next to it that I can claim. And I want you to add them to those neighborhoods. Anyone know why?
I just don't understand why we're adding them to the neighborhood. So you
Because
are
what you,
on
so,
there.
yeah.
You want to farm you or that area.
Because what this is going to do, next step,
Mhm.
when I click a neighborhood,
Mhm.
I'm going to put you on a smart plan off of that neighborhood. It's going to pull every active listing. So this is step one to get to that. So open house, 3119, I add them to the surrounding neighborhoods. Okay, just click on them. Simple as clicking on, all right, I want this one, I want this one.
Oh, can you click on all of them?
You can click on as many as you want. Doesn't matter, okay?
Okay,
I'm going to click on all of them just for the heck of it. And once I've clicked on them, do you see how they've added to the bottom here? I'm going to show you why I want to do this, Amy, because I see on your face like I'm not understanding.
Well, if that's your home address, right? So
Mhm.
you're I meet
Whoops.
you, that's your home address. Now I'm sending you what's available in your neighborhood for sale. But if it's not your neighborhood, I'm going to the closest thing to your neighborhood and sending you what's for sale.
Correct.
And hoping you don't live in the high echelon of your area. And now we're sending you the trailer park that's next door to you.
Correct.
Okay.
I hit X by mistake. That was my mistake.
So when you do click on those, does it tell you what they are?
What do you mean? The
So-
neighborhood?
Right, so let's say you live in a $800,000 house, but down the road from you, and this is true in Brigantine, you have Barton Harbor at 99,000. So I meet you in an open house, you live in a $1 million home, and I'm gonna now send you things around you, but because your $1 million home isn't coming up, I'm sending you Spartan Harbor.
There's ways around that.
Okay, so.
We're going to get there.
Okay.
You're jumping ahead.
I'm
First,
trying to understand.
add them to neighborhood.
Okay.
But also, remember, you're sending the neighborhood, the good and the bad. They want to see the good and the bad. So it's a neighborhood.
And you don't want to limit yourself, and I'll show why as well. Okay.
Okay.
So click to the neighborhood, scroll down, hit save. Man, this computer does not like me. So when I click on the preview option of a neighborhood,
Mine gave me Tennessee.
yeah, that's suggested, right, in Atlantic City. I want to give you a reason why as to the neighborhoods that you're adding them to. So there's a smart plan that you're going to do that I can set you up on a biweekly smart plan to send you neighborhood updates, biweekly updates, okay? This is what that biweekly update looks like, okay? But if you're trying to send out a biweekly neighborhood update, you cannot do that unless you have what first? The neighborhood selected, okay?
Repeat that again?
So you cannot send out a biweekly neighborhood update if you do not have a neighborhood selected for that contact.
So are we using the floor plans for buyers and for sellers?
Why not? Yeah, why not, right? Why not do it? And I want to give you an idea, like if you're doing, here's another great example. If you're doing campaigns, which we will learn tomorrow, and you're doing a social campaign, and you're advertising a specific property in Northfield, Northfield's going to have its own neighborhood set up. You might not even own that property. If you're a new agent, you might not own that property, but another agent says, go ahead and market this property for me. You market that property is in a specific neighborhood, it's surrounded by neighborhoods, you're dealing with internet leads, so you're going to add them to the neighborhoods right around it, and it's going to send them a biweekly update saying, here's new houses available in the neighborhood of your choice or you're interested in. You can't do that unless you put a neighborhood in for that contact. Yes.
Okay. This neighborhood is picked from his address.
Whatever address they looked at. If they looked at 123 Main Street, yeah, they look at 123 Main Street. Perfect. Let me add you to that neighborhood.
Right.
Where they looked at.
Thank you. That's where I've been.
But you can do anything. So you can do it to, hey, you know what? I have someone that is a second home buyer that lives in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania. I'm adding them to 2 neighborhoods in Blue Bell, Pennsylvania, so they can see what's happening around their market, because you're going to be top of mind and saying, hey, I know you helped me buy my second home, and I see that you're sending me new homes. I'm thinking about selling because the one you sent me, I want to see. Perfect. Let me get you an agent that works up in that area. All you did was subscribe them to a neighborhood. You didn't do anything else.
Okay, but I think I'm sorry.
So-
You couldn't say Sue. I'm with Sue over here on this one, is that okay, so from a listing perspective, just so I wrap my head, from a listing perspective, if you're talking to me about listing your property, I would take your address that I met you from and send you around, hopefully comparable to your home.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is where I think I was disconnected as well. I meet you at an open house. I put in the open house address that I met you at.
Put in both.
Okay, right, because I can get your listing, but I can get your sale. But I put in where I met you at the open house or what have you, what I've shown you, and then send you comparables around there for your
You can
interest
listen.
in things that are coming up.
You might have met someone here and they said, you know what? I was at the open house. You know, I've also been looking at properties in Myrtle Beach.
Right.
Go type in the
Put
address
Myrtle
Myrtle Beach. It's
Right.
going to pull up neighborhoods in Myrtle Beach.
And it's
Add them to it. It's
Gotcha.
going to automatically
got it.
keep it in
I
there.
got it.
You can do
Okay.
multiple smart plans, you can do multiple market updates. Depends on how you speak to them. They come to
What
the
they're
open
looking
house. I didn't really want this one, but I like the one in the north side of town. So you know, at the north
So
side.
you pick an
It's
address in
asking
another
questions,
area,
right.
at a comparable price and stick it in there.
Right.
You can add them to whatever you want.
Like so I'm just saying this out loud. My buyer Brigantine home that the appraisal didn't go through is now looking to buy in Philadelphia.
What you
So?
could do
So I would put in a Center City address, send her all of this.
Sports complex. Let's send them to the
Exactly.
Navy Yard.
Exactly, gotcha.
Up and coming place. I don't know if it is, but it
Okay.
sounds great.
No.
Okay. I'm going to add them to it. There it is. Sports complex. Add it to them. So now look, all the ones I add them to,
my
if you can
Zoom.
update it quick enough.
just did.
Right.
It
They're
did.
all here.
People are all over the place to where they actually want to be. You
Yeah.
can capture them from every angle.
You can capture, but here's the other thing, right?
You remember this.
Where I want to
computer
take you to where you're, oh goodness, this internet.
Right.
Every
It's so
time I got
strange.
to
So
Yeah.
in this little neighborhood,
and some
you see this little option here that says add neighborhood?
Problem or
Right here.
something.
also, it might have some kind
So
of.
what this tells you, this allows your client to add their own neighborhoods. And as soon as they click that add neighborhood, guess who gets notified?
Computer?
You do.
So they're seeing this the way we're seeing this, and we
Correct.
send it to them.
You go to Walmart?
Correct.
with me?
So the other thing that I love about this, right? Oh, I love this property. They can heart it. Guess who gets notified for that? You do.
Even if it's not the list.
Not your listing. It's your client.
But the listings you choose to send are automatically chosen by
The
the.
MLS. We own every single MLS in the United States except for 2. So you can send them everywhere. Every single active property on any MLS is going to show up here except for 2, in Nevada and Arizona. There's 2, and I don't remember what they are. So it does not matter what state you send them to. They click on that heart, that gets notification to you. It's your client. That's where you get a referral agent.
So you can send it to people all over.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not doing real estate in New Jersey, you're doing real estate
Mm-hmm.
worldwide.
Yeah.
But it's automatic listing.
Automatic.
Doing off that, or I
Yep.
have to look.
You don't do it. It does it itself.
Oh, wow.
You don't touch it. You set this up once. Yes, yes. It pulls the MLS. You don't do anything. The only thing you do is you put them in your contact. Put as much information as you can about that person in the contact. Add them to a neighborhood if you can. They can add their own neighborhood. This person that you talk to and met at an open house, they might say, you know what, I'm tired of the cold weather. I'm moving to Boca Raton in Florida. They start looking at the neighborhood in Boca Raton, Florida. They start liking those properties. You get notification about that Boca Raton, Florida. You get on the referral option in Command. You find an agent and you say, hey, I'm going to send you someone for a 30% referral. Here's the properties they're looking at.
How do you let them add neighborhood?
Just by that. Boom. You do nothing.
What page is this?
This is what they see. Boom.
I would've
Be on
never
time.
said what-
Boom.
Hey, Ron, one of the questions is, how do you get notification?
Notification comes through a couple different ways.
I'm just,
Oh, that's fine. It comes through a couple different ways. In your Kelly app, Kelly is different than Command. Kelly is it's our personal assistant. Separate app that you have to download. Kelly goes on your phone. You get a new lead, you get anything, you get a little push notification on your phone. If you don't have the Kelly app, you don't have to worry, because anytime your contact, your client, anytime they do something, that they heart a property, they add a neighborhood, you get notification right here. No, there's things going off in the chat. I just don't know what they're doing. It'll go right here. Now, obviously, I just got approved for a couple of my closings and everything else, but you get notification right at the bell. It says, boom, so-and-so has done this. So-and-so liked this property.
So, on another note, does Command connect to your email so that if you're walking around with your phone and you're not connected on Command, that's the Kelly app is why you want it. So we'll go to Kelly app, not your email notification.
Yep. And Kelly, so everyone understands, they hear this all the time, they get it confused with the KW app. The KW app is a consumer-based app. It's like a Zillow app. You want that on your phone too, but you want that on your phone for separate reasons, so you can share your app with anyone you meet.
So you want the Kelly app, and what is the other
The
one?
KW app, okay? Kelly app is transitioning to Command Mobile. So there's going to be a massive update, a massive launch for it. But right now, Kelly app. Kelly app, simple of what it does. There's not much to it. Gives you a notification, and you sign in Kelly just like you would through with Command with your user ID and password. It's the same user ID, same password.
make sure when you upload it and it says, do you want notifications, you hit allow. Not, don't hit don't allow, because then you won't get notifications on your phone
Yep.
or wherever when you get these leaks.
And I'm not going to lie, if you don't sign into Kelly, you don't get the notifications, okay? So anytime, it's a great best practice.
It's K-E-L-L-E.
Right.
Yes.
And it's a blue color, an aqua blue. Anytime you do a campaign, we're going to talk about that tomorrow, sign into your Kelly app. Because as soon as you launch the campaign, same day you launch the campaign and create it, sign into your Kelly app to make sure it's refreshed and it's got your information, because your leads will start to come through. I just did a campaign and I didn't sign on to my Kelly app. I'm like, cool, I didn't get any leads. I had 64 leads. I didn't even know about it. I forgot to sign in, my #1 rule, and I forgot to do it.
You can't stay on that.
It refreshes. I saw it from the command, but I'm not in the office all the time. I'd rather be on the go with my phone. Oh, got a lead.
The Kelly app is K-E-L-L-E app. It's a blue app, and you use the same login information as you use for command
Correct.
to download the app,
To sign in. Yep.
to sign in.
When you go into your app store, use it in Keller Williams. you're gonna
They'll
get
come
a
up.
Multitude of different types of apps. Kelly is one of those.
So, kind of recap real quick before we get too lost here, because this always happens in trainings. You need to select a neighborhood for me. So my contact, you need to sign me a neighborhood. I do not care what neighborhood that you sign me to, but I need you to sign it to me right now, because we're going to show you how to activate a smart plan, and you're going to assign me to that smart plan. Everyone assign me to an actual? It looks like this now.
Yes.
When I'm back in, might not have all these, that's fine. I just want minimum 1, okay? But it should look something like this. Good? Okay. Congratulations, you got further than a lot of other people so far, all right? Let's quickly go to smart plans.
So wait, Ron, I have you assigned, it looks like this, but I don't have to accept it in any way? I just have it up there?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm assigned to it,
so that's it.
okay? All right. Over on the right-hand side, you see it says smart plans in the contact itself. If you haven't activated smart plans, this is not going to work for you, okay? So we're going to activate your smart plan first, all right? So I'm going to show you how to activate smart plans.
So where am I looking for it?
Right here, you can assign me to a smart plan. But you probably haven't activated any smart plans, because when I click add to smart plan, all of my smart plans that are available are here. Click on add to smart plan. You don't have anything here.
Nothing shows up.
That means you haven't activated anything. Okay. And I can tell you right now, we first started, no, what was it, like 10 smart plans?
Correct.
Yeah, and they had to create your own. Now they just launched that mega camp. They have launched hundreds of pre-made smart plans that show return on investment. These are from agents that have been doing it for a year, that have worked the kinks out, that have then shared their information, okay? So I'm gonna show you how to activate a smart plan first. We're gonna come back to me, and we're gonna add myself to that smart plan. That's what they're doing upstairs. Oh. All right,
My bi-weekly neighborhood is good.
don't, you just wait.
You should.
Yeah. Stop being
Yep.
smart.
All right. So I want you to click up on your little applet. I want you to go to smart plans.
Even if we already have.
Yes, you're gonna follow along with me. You're advanced.
So wait,
No,
I'm
I'm
not
just,
clicking
that
that,
was just at one of the meeting.
no,
I just.
no. I'm
Smart
going.
plans.
Sorry.
That's after you make up.
We're gonna have an in-office meeting. We can do all this. with-
All right. We only have what, 40 minutes left? So. Yes, I know this.
To close this thing.
Yes, we're not gonna pay attention to that right now.
That's what you-
Yes, the expansion, okay? KWRI has released a ton of them. My smart plans, if yours is blank, that just means turn on a smart plan. We're going to deep dive into smart plans even more tomorrow. Today, I'm focusing on the simplest one that you can send out, which is the biweekly, okay?
Ryan says Twilio account is not connected.
That's
We
fine.
need it.
You don't, I use Twilio, it's up to you. We'll talk more about that later. Okay.
When he's done today,
So
I'm gonna
exact-
cover a little basic stuff.
Wait, you using bi-weekly, you said?
Yep, so I want you to go to the library. Go up here, library. Those of you on the Zoom, hopefully you can see my little pointer here. And the first one, does it say biweekly neighborhood for you like it does for me? So I want to show you what this represents. 19,000 agents are using this, okay? 12 people have rated it. It has 3 steps, okay? The complete thing has 3 steps, 15 duration, 1 touch. Then 1 touch means you do it once, okay? If you scroll down just a little to where it says view steps, this is what this smart plan does. It sends an email and then waits 14 days and then repeats itself. That's all it does. And you just do this once. You add someone to this smart plan 1 time. That's what we're gonna do today. You're gonna add me to the smart plan. It's gonna send an email
With their neighborhoods.
with their neighborhoods that they selected. It's gonna delay itself 14 days and it's gonna send it again.
So that's why you put the neighborhoods in the contacts. and
Correct.
Smart plan, because then you'd have a million smart plans.
Correct, because if I add you to this smart plan,
No, I get it.
if I add you to this smart plan and you have no neighborhoods,
Right.
it's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's doing nothing. You wasted your time.
So
This is-
can you change how long in between, or is it 14 and that's it?
Not from here. You can create your own and do it. But because this one's already pre-made, it's locked down for what we can do from an edit standpoint.
So we
Okay.
just go to this bi-weekly neighborhood and we select this.
Well, you're gonna say, what does it say on the bottom for you?
Just
Press view steps first.
Add smart plan, view steps,
Yeah.
all right.
Or
so
either
we-
way, so you can see the steps.
So,
Okay.
yep, so they're the steps, but it's in the library. You have to make it active for you. So you should click add smart plan. So it's showing you all the smart plans and what it does. You gotta shop what you want, what type of smart plan you wanna do. Again, we'll dive more into this tomorrow, but I wanna do a very basic one today. Click add smart plan. Getting phone calls galore. Now, if you scroll back up and go into my smart plans,
But it asks
You
me
already have it.
to name it uniquely.
if you want to, you can.
Oh, you don't have to?
Yeah.
It won't download it.
Change it. Yeah, change it to your bi-weekly neighborhood or this is a bi-weekly neighborhood nurture. So change it. I think mine is just a bi-weekly.
What about,
Thank you.
I don't see a contact for this.
You're not going to yet because there's no one added to it.
Okay.
You shopped it. Okay? You have shopped it.
When
All right.
When all those things say free, does that mean you start charging?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
So get it.
If it says free, it's free, but they could charge. Yes, they can. Yeah, get them now.
Well, the ones that are charging are from agents that already make it.
Yeah, they're not charging yet. They're free right now, but
Still can't download.
So even
There's gonna
if
be an
you
option.
get them, at some point, they could switch it, or
but
no.
if it's already there, it's in your thing as my smart plan, it's there.
So just download every smart plan.
Oh, if you want to do that, go ahead. That's a lot and it's messy. I would pick the ones you want. Shop them. Shop the ones that you want for your business. Okay? So I'm hoping if you click on my smart plans, you now have a smart plan there. Right? So click back to my smart plans. Everyone should have one.
Yes.
All right.
At least one. And use the one that he is using right now for this.
Bi-weekly.
registration.
Okay. All right. Again, we'll dive more into smart plans tomorrow of all that is available, but I want to show you how simple a smart plan is. So we just added me as a contact. Go back to my contact part.
You can add them from here too, right?
But we're not, that's tomorrow. Oh my goodness, this internet is slow. Oh, it might be.
Go back to your contact.
Go back to my contact.
Which have you going to?
Then I'm gonna click on yourself,
Yep, well, I'm gonna get caught up.
and then I'm going.
Huh? That's tomorrow.
People have contacts. Put his name right here.
Maybe you should show up one time and you can have that.
It's impossible.
I like to have fun.
Oh, no.
Everyone on Zoom's probably like, oh boy, what are they doing?
At the same time.
Yes.
Yep. I'll be here early though.
Yes.
And
What
It's
is,
also online too.
right, this computer must have a ghost in it because. Come on. All right, I'm using Steph as the example, but This is where we should be. Back on my contact card. Okay. And we're gonna click. So something should have changed. This should look like this now, does it not?
Yeah.
Okay. This is anytime, so on the right-hand side, what you guys are seeing in the timeline online, anytime you add them to a neighborhood, they add themselves to neighborhood, they like the property, it's gonna show you it here. Anytime you send them an email, it's gonna show you it here. Anytime your Twilio account sends them a text, it'll update it here. This is the activity for that contact, so that you can reference yourself. Hey, I'm constantly in communication with them, or they said, hey, I didn't get this email you sent me. Well, I can go back and see that I actually sent it because my Gmail account should be attached to command by now, okay?
So Brian, when I was back in the smart plan, it didn't have a contact.
You're not going, right, it's
Right.
not going to.
So now when I jumped back over to contacts and I put you in, you connected to this smart plan.
Not yet, we haven't connected to the smart
But
plan.
I'm seeing it.
No, you're not.
No, you see this, you subscribe me to a neighborhood,
Okay.
okay? That's
So
the first
since I
step.
didn't use your name, how did it connect that?
What do you mean?
What am I missing?
I'm on,
When I was in smart plan, so I created you as a contact.
Uh-huh.
Then I went over to the smart plan.
you activated the smart plan.
I activated it on your behalf.
Nope, you didn't do it
No.
on my behalf, you just activated the smart plan.
Right, so why am I seeing, I'm just trying.
You're not, this isn't a smart plan.
Okay,
This is just activity you have done for that contact.
No, that's
Okay.
the neighborhoods we added earlier.
I want to,
okay.
see up here, you have all these timeline things
Mhm,
right here.
mhm.
When you add something to it, a number's gonna appear. So under smart plans, you get nothing there. Once you do add one, it'll say one by the smart. No, all that'll be on there. So right now, you just have two neighborhoods, because you added two neighborhoods.
To smart plan.
To the
No,
contact.
two neighborhoods. You didn't add any smart plans yet. You just
Okay.
added neighborhoods.
Okay,
Because we added neighborhoods under here.
right.
So we didn't touch smart
Carried
plans
it
yet.
over.
We made a smart plan. We didn't attach to the contact. Made a smart.
Okay,
Does that make sense now?
yes.
So we're not attached to anything. We just made.
No, we're going to attach it now.
Right.
So, timeline, opportunity, smart plan, task, notes, save searches. We just activated a smart plan, so I want to add that contact to a smart plan. So click smart plans on that contact card. Should look something like this now. Add to smart plan. Click add to smart plan. You've only have one. Oh man, what did I name it? You select that smart plan. Does it look like this now? Did I get caught up with you all? Okay. You can start it now, or you can schedule it on a different date. I want you to start it now. So click confirm. A message should appear if you have a Twilio account, which we will talk about Twilio on Wednesday, of how to add Twilio if you want to. Do not worry about it now, okay? Confirm it again. And I want you to click on timeline. It now should say smart plan subscribed. Does it not?
Mine says
Yes.
smart plan terminated in error. Smart plan email
Oh
error.
man, now I'm getting everyone's email. So who's Kimberly? I just got your smart plan or your nurture. I'm going to respond to some of these real quick so you can see what it does.
Okay, so mine that wasn't there yet. Yes, please.
Could have.
I think.
It's just things that are falling through here.
I have too many apps on.
No, you did. And now you can change them.
All right, Kimberly, let's see if you figure out what I just did. So if you guys sent me the smart plan, what I'm doing right now, so you can see this live in your thing.
Did you have someone else?
Ron and I did this in the very beginning.
Can
So
they
when we did this
unsubscribe
today,
from it?
he was on
Yep.
it.
Surely can.
So it could be this one.
Well, you
Right,
know,
they
they
have
unsubscribe.
So that one's wrong.
Yeah, in the timeline. in the timeline. So those of you in here, I'm just responding to those of you that sent it. All right, so
But was that the one we were working off of?
That's the right email.
all right, so I responded to Kimberly, I responded to Demetrius, and I responded to Madalena. Magdalena.
Wait, so now I have to go to the
Check your emails or check your contact in command. Press refresh.
back to contact.
So my name should still be on your screen.
Yes, it
The
is.
other one.
Refresh the screen.
And then-
You
favorited a list.
I did favorite a listing. I scheduled a tour with you.
Woo, thanks.
Unexpected earnings.
If it's not about what we're learning, it'll be after we're done at 12:30.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Type in my name, see what I did to you. Yep. So basically, for Kim, do you go by Kim or Kimberly? I'm sorry. All right, so for Kim, I liked a listing of yours that you sent me, did I not? So what would you do? If you saw that come through, what would you do?
I was like, hey, when are you gonna see it?
Right, call them right away. What do we want to go see? What do you want to do? Okay, what did I do for you?
Schedule a tour.
So yeah, so because of that email that you sent me, I found a property I liked and I wanted to schedule a tour on a specific property. Click on the property. Because I hearted the property. That's Surfside.
Oh, I
Now,
thought it was, okay.
You can see what that property is because this timeline is going to tell you what that property is through a hyperlink. Someone liked a property, boom, let me see what that property is. Someone scheduled a tour, boom, let me see what that tour is for that property. Let me find out what I can do from a scheduling standpoint. You can do everything right through here. Amy, yours just came through. So let me respond to you.
They have to have your app for this, or is they don't need the app?
I'm not using the app. This can be right through the phone, okay? It would be a lot easier if they had their app.
So when you're seeing it on your side, Ron, what are you seeing
what I'm
coming from
saying.
me? So when you get it, like,
That's what I got from you. From you.
okay, so where are you seeing that in your email?
Email.
Right, so you open your email and that's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. Florida neighborhood. Now, if I had the app, it would make my life a lot easier. We'll talk about that
If you
Wednesday.
as the
As the
client,
client,
so
Yep.
we suggest to the client. if we
download your
work
app.
together.
Anytime you have an opportunity to download the app, you download the app. Because what you can do as an agent in the app, I can do a search for you from my website, and I can save that search to you as my client. It goes right to their app that says a new search query has appeared for you. They click on it and they can see all the homes. Specifics like, hey, someone's looking for a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath with a fence. Well, with a fence is the weird one. So let me go through, see what I can find with the fence. I can save all of them and send it to them right through the app.
Now make me the client and I know nothing about technology. So I'm now the client, I get an email.
Yep.
When I open it, it makes no difference what I know or don't know. I'll see exactly what I need to see.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that's what I'm doing for you right now.
Nobody else has. When it's you.
And I apologize, those of you that are on Zoom, if you did not add me as the contact, you will not be able to do this interaction part. Huh? All right. Easier sometimes when you're in person, but I know everyone can't get here. All right, Amy, so you'll get notification here in a minute, okay?
Mhm.
The reason why I want to make sure you understand this smart plan, it's the most basic. Okay? It is just as basic as the birthday one. That's, you can send out a text, an email, or schedule yourself a reminder to call them. Or you could do all three, okay?
We're gonna go over editing smart plans tomorrow.
Tomorrow, it's gonna be more time on smart plans. Yep, I'm not gonna do any of that today. Okay. Questions? It's a lot of information to take in.
Do we get referral script out there?
I'm sure somewhere on KWRI, but I'm going to share my referral script that worked. And it worked because I used the technology that was given to us. Okay. Did you get an email back?
So, okay, so I'm seeing this
Uh-huh.
view email, and I'm not
The view
seeing,
email, don't click on it.
okay,
Refresh yourself. It says you sent it to me, so don't worry about that. Boom. I scheduled a tour. Okay. Here's the information on that tour that I want to go see, that house. All you have to do is click on that, and it's going to show you the house that I scheduled a tour on.
okay.
It's
All
going
right.
to give you the date, the time that they want to see it. Because I picked it,
This is being recorded, right?
So you
as far as I
get-
know.
So you as the customer get the opportunity to schedule it with me, and then you have to hope I'm available on those days.
Correct.
So I have to, for tour, I have to reach out to you to see what time.
No,
of day.
I told you the date and time I would like to see it.
See it.
Yep, go back into go back in.
Keeps
That's
on running
exactly what I was
error.
thinking.
Of course, it's
Yeah,
not.
I don't
Makes
see
sense.
where you're asking for the time of the date, to be honest with you either.
Go back to the contact. Pull me up again.
Doesn't go back.
Yep, so pull up the contact. Oh, you're not a touchscreen like mine.
No.
Am I still in here? Just click on this one. Yeah.
It says
So-
scheduled tour.
I picked none for you. So if I picked a time, date
It
and
would be
time.
here.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that's what.
and then for
Right.
you,
Hold on. Sorry, it says none.
none. So I didn't pick, I didn't confirm a date or time.
Okay, you just showed me what you liked.
Correct, and I want to see it. So your red flag, let me get them in there as soon as I can. There's options in our KW app for your clients. Hey, download my app, let's schedule a tour. Maybe there's a time that doesn't work for them that works for you and they still want to see it. They can schedule a live tour with you. FaceTime, Google Meets, Zoom. It has options for them to pick that. Hey, I'm available to do a virtual tour through these platforms. If you're not comfortable with those platforms, don't do them. Okay, just don't do
Why
them.
are you, Ron?
Don't do them. If they want to see it, it's going to say date, time. I want to see this. This is what I want to see. So they want to see it that date, time. They scheduled a tour and didn't give you a date or time. That's saying they want to see it. Let me know when it's available. I'm still on the phone with them saying, give me a couple dates and time you're available that we can go actually look at this property. And then I'm probably on showing time or contacting the other agent saying, when can I get in to show this property?
Hey, Ron, he seems to have an error with your contact only. The way the contact works, it keeps on saying unexpected error on yours only.
It's probably because I overloaded because too many people put me in at once. I have no idea. It might be an update for your computer. Did you do the update?
No, it's just your contact, the way the contact works.
I don't know. You just don't like me. It's okay. I won't hold it against you. I'll remember that for our floor plan schedule. I have no idea. I have no idea. It could just be the way you save something, and there's a way to edit contacts in the system, but we'll do that one-on-one
All right.
because it's a little more detailed. Kind of getting back to where we're at real fast. Does this make sense? When you add a contact, you add them to a neighborhood. And this is the why you want to add them to the neighborhood. So that when you get them on a bi-weekly smart plan, it's going to properties that they either just looked at or they're thinking of selling. Some people that are thinking of selling want to see what's going on around the neighborhood of what's happening from the market standpoint. Add them to it. It's not going to hurt, okay? But they need to have the neighborhood first. Anytime that they heart something, they like something, they create a saved search, it's going to show in this timeline for you.
So as soon as they click hard, even though they don't realize that it's coming to me, if they don't ever click anything whatsoever, they have to then inform me that this is the one. They have to at least click on the property.
Or they call you, text you, hey, can I go see this property? Some people don't understand that all I got to do is click the heart.
Right, well, that would be me.
Yep.
So I'm being my buyer.
Yep. Then they would just
I
contact
do
you, right?
nothing with this.
They would contact you. But a lot of people, you're seeing it today, a lot of people are clicking on properties and it says, ask for more information, schedule a tour. When that happens, it goes to you.
So since this is picking up all of Paragon,
All of everything, not Paragon,
everything.
all
This
MLS.
is right, this is Paragon,
Right.
this is everything. So our need, just out of curiosity, our need to use Paragon to search listings to email to clients isn't really that necessary.
Don't have to, no.
Okay,
Do you want to? Well, yeah, it's there for you. You get more information, sometimes a little more accurate on the aspect of when, as soon as it hits, it's in the MLS. Takes an
You
update
have
to
a
get into that.
client copy of it on the
Right.
web sheet. This is just the house
Correct.
itself, or does this have the opportunity to pull up the MLS sheet in client form? No, it's
Nope.
just the house and the price.
And it's got the description, it's got the consumer, anything a consumer can see,
Right.
it's gonna see. It's not gonna bring up an agent view for you.
No, it's gonna bring up a client view for them.
Correct. Same for you.
It's meant for you to get a call from.
Right.
It's basically the internet search for you, right?
Okay.
Even though it's not your listing, in their mind, you're their agent, you're sending it to me, I'm gonna go see this.
So the more people, just by concept, the more people that you can engage, whether or not they're active buyers, people, humans, breathing, the more you can get into this,
The better.
it kind of works like your self-powered Zillow.
Yeah, it is your
Self-powered.
personal, it's your
Right.
personal, because you got your own website from it, you have your own app from it, you
Right.
have your own scheduling system from it,
Right.
everything is there for you.
So,
That's awesome.
so you can download, it makes no, conceptual, it makes no difference who you're adding to this, because if you're sending them anything whatsoever, it's going to begin to react like someone who's sitting at home just looking
Yeah.
on Zillow.
So I'm gonna give you a great example of this, okay? Someone asked about referral scripts
Mhm.
and referrals, which we have in command. So I have family all over, okay? And I've shared this story before. I have an aunt that lives in Myrtle Beach, hence why I am investing down there, because I have an aunt down there and want some investment properties. It just makes sense to me. So she's at the same point. I put her on a smart plan. I made her download my app. I said, Aunt Deb, I want you to pick, and I'll see if the contact information is still available so you can see it, so I'm not lying. So you can see how she did things. Doesn't always keep up because she bought one now she's done. But she found her 3 properties that she wanted to see. Are we pre-approved? No. Let's get a pre-approval. She did not use Keller Mortgage, but Keller Mortgage is there for you. You're out of state, let them use the Keller Mortgage. It automatically links them up. Say, hey, great opportunity for you. It even tells them on the app, this is how much you're going to be saving with Keller Mortgage. If not, who are some people you're working with down there for your mortgage company? Not working with anyone? Okay, do a local one. See what they have to offer for you. She had a pre-approval. I found the 3 properties she wanted to see. Really, she found the 3 she wanted to see by using the tech I provided her. So all I did was I went into my referrals, right in command. And I looked up the young lady, Riley, who I still talk to. And I said, Riley, she was a newer Keller Williams agent as well. I was new at the time as well. I said, Riley, I have an aunt down there. She's got 3 properties she has already identified. These are the only 3 she wants to see. All you need to do is write the offer. Fair enough. I want a 50% referral. And she said, well, here are the 3 properties that she is only going to view. Here's her pre-approval. Here's all her contact information. I want a 50% referral. Oh, okay.
Right, why not?
So all she had to do was turn a key. Down there, it's super, right? So you got to put your phone up to the lockbox to let you in. Showed the 3 properties, bought a property, I got a 50% referral.
Do you don't need a contract for referrals?
Yes.
You do.
Yeah, there's a 1-pager that we have in DocuSign that we fill out that says, here's my referral fee. Are all of them 50? No, this is a family member, so I made it very specific. We spent time going through different ones. My aunt is not the most technology savvy person, so for me to train her how to use that took a lot of time. So my time was worth something. And in the end, she accepted the 50% referral.
Right, somebody will.
Yeah, somebody will.
Somebody.
Maybe your first one is, okay, 25% referral. Do one, the next one, 30% referral. You know people everywhere. People are always moving that you know. The best way to stay in contact with them and then to be choice of mine, bi-weekly emails. Maybe they're not looking right now. Maybe they're just thinking of it. Okay, maybe I don't need bi-weekly. Maybe I put you on the monthly drip. No big deal, okay? Or maybe you're really looking. I'm gonna save searches for you, but I want you to download my app so you can see those specific searches I found for you, because you from your website can pull all the MLSs and send them to them as a saved search. We're going to show you how to do that on Wednesday.
Okay, so you're saying, I just want to make sure I get this. So let's say you have me, like you had your aunt, and we're not tech savvy, and you don't know me that well. This is just, I'm not your aunt, but you have a connection that you could potentially send a referral over.
Uh-huh.
That referral will still get all your information on their email if they know nothing else. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So if they don't want to be involved with that, it's like you're going to lose them if you go too deep.
Yep.
You just keep it simple.
You know who they are.
Right. You just keep it simple. I need your email. I'm going to help you find.
I'm going to send you an email every 2 weeks of new listings.
And somewhere in that, you can reset that to daily, every other day. If someone's
Save searches.
really,
Save searches. So when we go into smart plans tomorrow, you'll learn what you can and can't do in a smart plan. There's only so many contacts you're allowed to have within a 30-day period. It's set up that way for right now. It used to be that we couldn't do more than, I think it was 20, but I think that's been expanded. Okay.
so you can't purchase more?
No.
So wait, let me take that back. Smart plans is more of a nurturing program. It gets you to that where you're going to a daily, another spot of command where you're doing safe searches, where they're at that stage. Your smart plan is a nurturing program. That's the point for continual contact. When you're at the point where they're ready to buy, you can set. We're going to go over that tomorrow. We say Wednesday.
Tomorrow we're going to look at more smart plan details, and then Wednesday, time, depending on time, we'll look at safe searches and consumer.
So you can't use smart plans as a tool to generate leads that you
Yes.
don't already. Well, no, because if you only get 20. So let's
For
just
that
say I
contact
wanna
within
go-
a certain amount of days on that smart plan. So it's on that smart plan. You can have them on 20 different smart plans. You can have them on as many smart plans as you want. But for that specific smart plan, it's going to limit how many contacts that you have on that smart plan specifically for that contact.
for that contact.
Correct.
So so I guess where I'm thinking is I want to go back to where I came from. I was an agent in California. So let's say for 30 years I dealt with X amount of agents. I want to put them in my smart plan and remind them that I am an agent in this area.
I wouldn't want an email from you every day because I'd unsubscribe and block you.
But you know where I'm like I want
That's what I would do.
don't mean every day. I just want to remind them.
Oh, yeah.
But I have 300 of them.
Right, but that
So
could
I
be
could have
quarterly.
300 of them
Oh,
in
yeah.
my contacts, and then I can go over to Smart Plan, and for all 300, I could say once a month or once
They're gonna get
every
it.
2 weeks. They're gonna get it, and that's not limited to 20.
No, it's the smart plan system. Like if you go and create, it's touches. If you go and create, you're only allowed so many touches on that specific smart plan. You can have 8,000 people on one smart plan. It's fine.
Right, it could be once a month of those touches. If you send out to 300 realtors weekly, I can guarantee you're off my list in a second.
No, I'm
But a
talking
monthly or quarterly.
conceptually.
Right,
No,
a
but yeah.
monthly or quarterly perfect plan for that.
It's unlimited amount of people that can be added to the smart plan. Where it limits you in a specific smart plan is the amount of touches in that smart plan. So like, did you see how this one was every 2 weeks and it just refreshed itself? I had one touch in that smart plan.
I have a quick question. When you do a campaign, I won't go.
Yeah, tomorrow. Campaigns are tomorrow. Does that make sense? So you
I'm
can't
gonna
send it.
have to just do it a couple times, and then I'll file a question.
That's fine.
But until I do it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna harass Demetrius.
That's fine.
No.
All right, so real fast. We have,
Listen, I'm gonna get you those really good vegan sandwiches, so you'll take all my questions.
But let us into me.
With, no.
here's the problem.
With the roasted vegetables.
But here's the problem. Your questions, then he's going to come to me with those questions and act like they're not his question, your questions, they're his questions, and he's going to get the answer and come back to you. I know how that's going to work.
No, I wanna make him a customer, is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's fine. Do it.
He needs to
blow him
be
up on the
my
emails.
trial and error
Yep.
customer to say, like, you blocked me.
Yep. All right, let's go over referrals. We got 5 minutes.
Make sure when you're asking questions, you ask the people that know the answers. Don't ask people that trying. Staying
No,
where you
no,
are.
what I'm saying is, for me to get this, truly get this, I need to try it out on person.
Oh, absolutely.
Before they get why
Do you
they're
have
getting,
children or friends or husband?
they have to understand why they're getting it, so if I'm doing something wrong, They can say
Send it to
me.
yourself as a fake email. Create a fake email.
How many emails do you have?
That's what I would do.
5 emails.
Right, okay.
I'm down with Duck, Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I send fake emails all the time.
Slim Shady.
All right, real test.
Liking it.
Referrals. I want you to click on the referral tab. Couple things in referrals that you can see here, okay? If you're blank, I highly recommend the first thing that you want to do is you want to go to My Network. You want to start adding referrals, okay? Does anyone have any referrals in here besides me? I'm just curious. Good. We got 1, 2, perfect. I don't know if anyone online has some. Hopefully they do. But these are different referrals that I have communicated with on some point in time, okay? And one of the things that I'm starting to do, and if you've been to any of my classes, you know I steal shamelessly. And one of my referral networks, he does a monthly referral newsletter to all his referrals, just to keep point in mind of, hey, when you're in Scottsdale, Arizona, and you have someone, I'm the guy for you. I'm gonna be doing the same thing, okay?
I have a few that were sent to me
Good,
that I didn't even know, but now, so just accept them and
Accept
then
them.
read what they have.
absolutely. Accept them, okay?
I'll check it out.
Thank you. So if you don't have anyone, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what can I do to get some, right? What can I look at? So right next to My Network is the map option. If you click on the map, okay, this is very interesting of what it's looking at and what you're doing, okay? In the map, you have search map and you have production, okay? But if you look next to production, there's a drop down, okay? And I want you to click on referral patterns, okay? Click on the referral patterns. It's gonna pull you up automatically of where you're at in the market center. So you see where this map is going out? So I can see I've had 118 referrals and they have been sent out, going out, okay?
I'm not at that spot, I don't know where I am.
Can you help her? She might not click on referral patterns, okay?
Wow.
So I have 118 referrals that have been sent out, okay? You can drop down, so you can see Northfield to Cherry Hill. 4% of our referrals have been sent there. From Cherry Hill,
Our company overall.
correct. But then I want you to look at this. Cherry Hill, I'm sending referrals to Cherry Hill, but look where Cherry Hill's sending referrals to. So Cherry Hill, even though that's our 4%, we're sending 4% referrals to Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill is sending 7% of their referrals to Blue Bell, 6% to Bryn Mawr, 4% to Philadelphia, 2 to New York, and 2 to Medford.
So we sent
So we've
Five.
sent them
5
referrals, got nothing in return. Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm getting at? So this is a great opportunity for you as an agent to introduce yourself to someone in that market center. Why? Because no referrals are coming this way from that market center.
I think we're ready to get better. Who's sending Cherry Hill? And start working Cherry Hill.
No one's sending them to us, okay? Now vice versa. Where are we getting the most? All I do is I click on what we've received. And what this does is it can see, all right, we're getting 4% from Philly. There's 3% from Cherry Hill, so I take it back. So you can see right away, I can tell you our referral network as a market center, there's untapped money there that we can get after. You can literally spend once a month going through this and say, hey, you know what? And if anyone looks at it and they dive into this, if you look at Florida, it's usually every other month it's flipped. We're sending to Florida or Florida's sending to us. So that should be an indication to someone saying, I need to be top of mind of people sending referrals from Florida to my market center, to my area. I need to introduce myself. I need to be top of mind. I need to find one person. I need to get them on a smart plan so that they know when they have someone, I'm that person. I'm that person for that business. You could build a massive income just off of referrals. You really could, by just mapping it out. You can go into this aspect. So, I don't know,
So what Ron is saying for some of our new agents is an untapped potential that requires a little bit of work with a lot of return.
So I just typed in San Francisco, right? We have nothing coming our way from San Francisco. But, all right, well, nothing coming that way. What market centers are in San Francisco? Why do I want to know the market centers? Well, I want to know the market centers because, watch what happens. When I click on, well, this one's South Carolina. It didn't work the way I wanted to. It's going to start bringing up the agents of who's in those market centers.
Does it show who's given referrals? and receiving
It
referrals?
will. We're not there yet. Okay. I could see who's in that market center. I can see who I can work with. I can then say, oh, you know what? I want the top producer in, let's say, New York.
You always want the top producer though?
No,
Right.
you go with who you want.
You can find a full-time agent.
No, like,
So if you say, you know what, I want to see who's got the best around Manhattan. All right, there's 215 agents right around Manhattan. It's a lot of agents, okay? And it starts bringing them up by their name. So if I wanted to look specifically at Lynn, there's her email, there's her phone, there's things she has closed, there's her listings, there's her sales volume, there's her average deal size.
Did number one?
Correct,
and you can call and interview them.
correct.
Be like, what's up? Why do you want to have this much? Or,
Correct.
"What's going on?"
Referrals, I feel, this is just me, I am not the magician behind the green. I am not the guy behind this. This is just me looking at it. I think the referral platform that we have in Command is completely untapped. I haven't used it myself that much. That's how I found Riley though. So I did use it to a point. I looked her up. I wanted to work with a newer agent like myself because I'm like, I'm just starting out. I'm gonna have her start out. It'll help, it'll work great. You can go into this and literally go in and say, all right, Lynn, let's just do it. I don't know her, but would you like to send an invitation? I can send her a message right from here. Hey, I'm trying to expand my referral network. I want you to join with me. I'm not going to send anything. I'm just going to send it. So what happens, right? Just like in my dashboard, I can go over here. I have 5 pending invites, pending referrals from someone else. No one right now. I haven't received anything in the last couple of months. And this was last year when I sent the last one before this was even live. So anything you've sent prior to this was live, fully live, you won't see anything.
Even my pending image disappeared, so I probably used to 1.700.
Yeah, it's crazy because this time last year, the only thing that you could do was expand your network. So all you could do is look for agents with no information.
How do I put myself out there? So
Look what did I just do? I don't know, Lynn. I don't know, Lynn. I could have accepted.
That's a chance. So all the agents, licensed agents, are there.
Uh-huh.
In all neighborhoods and all.
Uh-huh.
of
Yep.
Keller Williams, though.
Keller.
Williams, yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know who Lynn was, but I just pressed send. She doesn't accept it. It's not going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I'll find someone else. Okay. I will give you a little bit of advice. This is great, but the active referral agents don't fully use this system. They're on Facebook. So you have not joined Keller Williams Referral Agent or Keller Williams Referral on Facebook. It's a group. You need to do it because you can see they post in there and groups can only see, members can only see those posts. They post in there saying, looking for a top agent or looking for an agent in such and such. Well, if you're that agent in such and such, you can get that business. But go onto Facebook groups, see what referrals there are. If you're part of KWYP, which is the young professionals, join that group for those specific referrals. Okay, there's so many different groups that you can join, but you got to be active. You got to be out there. Okay.
They look at it I look at it once a day. It's too little, correct? Once every 3 days.
I'm on Facebook once a day, at minimum,
Okay.
just looking, so I can see those referrals. And every time, just so you know how Facebook works, you should. Anytime you click on like a group or anything, it's always on top of mine, a Facebook part of your analytics. So it's always going to show those posts.
So Ron, you obviously joined Keller Williams, 2 years ago, never had any knowledge of real estate. Or
None at all.
Keller Williams. So how do we get, and I appreciate your training, believe me, this is very helpful because I've been very much in the dark, but I am very much in the dark of technology in general. I don't use it for anything. So in order for you to have gotten all this knowledge that you have in all these directions, was that directly a Keller Williams training that you, as what you're doing, went to? Or how did you go about gaining? Because like I could walk around all day long now and be like, Ron, Ron.
My
Like,
secret,
that has to have, yeah.
my secret
Go
to
ahead.
command, to learn command,
Yeah.
is I volunteered to teach something for command that I knew nothing about, so I learned about it first. It was
But you
my
had to get
force,
your knowledge.
Yep,
Where were you
right here.
getting it?
right here.
Practice and playing. Practice and playing. That's all I mean, that's.
No.
October
But
came
for
out.
someone who's
Look,
learning technology
look.
now- Go ahead.
Right here is where I get my training. I go right to command training.
And it will do what we're doing.
Look, I'm going to show you. So we went over contacts today,
Mhm.
okay? So I'm going to search in here now for contacts. This internet is slow.
Remember in the beginning how it was?
And you can always Google it too, because the people that created this were awesome. So if you Google it, it'll take you right to it.
There's tons of stuff. I mean, there's so much learning material.
YouTube videos, yeah.
I just went in here and I just started searching. There's different platforms. There's a platform in here that takes you from start to finish in command. I did that.
But you had technology. You already got the concept
You're savvy.
prior to.
I'm
learning
not that
how
savvy.
to
I know
use
how to
it.
turn on a computer. I know how to use it. I don't know how to build a platform. I don't know how to build a program. All I did was I used what was available to me. I went to command training. I had to learn how to do contacts. I searched contacts.
Okay.
And what it's going to pull up is it's going to pull up every single lesson about contacts. So I can click on one of these and I can watch the video, or I can click on one of these. Some of these are printouts. That'll take you step by step by step if you're that type of learner. That's how I learned it.
Okay.
That's how we all learn.
Barb,
Okay.
Ron, I just want to share with this young lady. What's her name?
Amy.
Amy. Nobody's more technical challenged than me.
Nobody.
How are you?
I would say nobody.
But I am more patient than most of the people in here. But all I can say is.
you had a big learning curve.
Yes, keep doing it. I didn't grow up with this stuff.
Right.
I've been a realtor for 43 years. We had a pager.
Right.
I would drive. We didn't have a scanner or faxes, nothing. Keep training. And I was just upstairs in the class with Ron right now. I'm gonna do as much as I can. Keep doing it. If you just get this much, tomorrow you get this much. It'll all fit together, and you'll be surprised how it will happen overnight.
Mhm.
Right.
But you've gotta keep plugging away. And
No, I want to learn. I mean, I feel bad because sometimes my concept of where I want to get to, like, I know where I want to get to, but it's this part and to apply
I
it.
just said
Yeah,
one other thing.
Right.
This is all wonderful, okay? But real estate is a relationship business. Don't lose sight of that.
Yep. This whole platform was meant for you to stay less time.
This is okay, but
at the
you
computer.
still have to have
Right.
relationships with people, so don't, you can get so caught up in this that you lose sight of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's wonderful, but you're not gonna learn it all, but you'll learn what you need to learn. and
Yep.
you. Yeah.
I'm going to wrap up everyone on Zoom. Thank you for joining. I know it's kind of a little different when we have live class compared to Zoom class. I will be here all week up until Thursday. So those of you on Zoom, if you learn better in person, we'll be here again tomorrow. Those of you that are here, I'm still going to be here for a couple more minutes. So we're going to spend some time. You have a couple questions, but I'm going to end the Zoom at this time. And I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow.